Welcome to Coffee Time with Brenda and Mary.
What are we talking about today?
Well, you know how we go. We just go with the flow.
Okay, then let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee Time with Brenda and Mary. Today, I don't even know what we're talking about. We're not even having coffee, we're having water.
Well, you were mentioning breadcrumbs. Brenda, you heard of breadcrumbs?
Jeez. You know what? Yeah. So, I hear your stories all the time.
Yeah.
And, half the time I'm like, okay, is that real? And then the other half of the time I'm in awe, right? Mm-hmm. And then when something happens in my life to me, I'm like, oh my God, this is what Brenda was talking about. So I have to tell you, this morning, I didn't feel like coming to visit you today. Mm-hmm. Like, I just was like, woke up and it was one of those days and you're just blah and you don't want to move. And I'm like, oh gosh, what am I going to do? So I thought, I'll just do a meditation because that's what Brenda tells me to do all the time when I feel blah. So I did a brief meditation, and when I opened my eyes, the sun was out. Like, it was so bright coming through the window. And I thought, I guess that means I should probably go see Brenda. And then a couple of other things happened, and I just kept following, I guess I should do this. And I kept following, and all of a sudden I was here. So how weird is that? Yeah. So I feel like, sometimes you say to me, follow the breadcrumbs. What do you think you ought to do? And when I can't make a decision, I'm like, let me look around. Do I have any signs from the universe? And my kids think I'm so weird, but I always do. I get some signs.
Yeah. Not everyone gets, they're called synchronicities, right? Synchronicities,
okay.
Right? There are no coincidences. Things happen for a reason. And when you start to create your life, take control of your life, synchronicities start to happen. One thing leads to another. So you're following that next best feeling, next thing. Sometimes, I know I get really excited about this, but when something great happens in my life, mm-hmm. I can then trace all the steps, like 15 steps that brought me to that place. And sometimes it's simply meditating and getting a impulse to go to Canadian Tire. All right, I feel like I'm going to go to Canadian. I meet someone, that person connects me with this person, that person connects me here, tells me about something, that brings me here. And I'm just like, and now I'm looking back. I used to write down all those steps, those breadcrumbs that led me to something great. And I think, thank you, God, thank you, universe. How does this happen? It doesn't happen to everyone.
Well, that's kind of troubling because usually when we have an impulse of what we want to do, we talk ourselves out of it. I'm not going to go to Canadian Tire because I have to start dinner and I have to do this and I have to do that. And we don't follow the breadcrumbs. So then where do we end up?
Yeah, but sometimes it's those impulses that say go for a walk. And you're right. Sometimes the impulse is meditate, and then that part of us, that resistance part of us, says don't meditate, don't go for a walk. So this is where we have that duality, mm-hmm. that light and dark.
Yeah.
The dark side of us, the shadow side of us, doesn't want us to grow and change because it likes where we are, even if it's not a good place. Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of, if you get this impulse to go for a walk, nothing's wrong but go for a walk. Yeah. It's good for you in so many different ways, right?
Well, I think it's two part of giving up control because we're so used to having control on how our day goes and what we do. And what we're trying to say is it's okay not to be in control. Give it away to something greater than yourself and follow the breadcrumbs for a couple of days and see where they go.
Yeah. And another thing that's really neat, it's your higher self guiding you, right? Your higher self is taking you to that next step. So meditation actually clears a pathway for you to hear your higher self better. So the neat thing is your higher self is giving you those breadcrumbs, next steps. Because if you follow your higher self, you can avoid a very big pothole that you can fall into. Now, I was one of those that ignored my higher self a lot, so I would jump into potholes or really bad experiences where if I stayed more connected, I could have been led around them or completely away from them, right? So your you're starting to really work on yourself, and you're starting to see those connections. And she came in calling them breadcrumbs, and or she heard that somewhere, and that's exactly it. It's that next step, and then you look back and say, "Wow, I got here."
Yeah.
Some people use numbers as guides. Like I know you like seeing 1111. I love seeing 11 or 111. To me, those are positive things that say you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I'm thinking something and I see that, or the sunshine, or something like a bird, or those are clues to me that I'm on the right step.
Yeah.
Right?
And usually for me, it's like something that comes out of left field, that it's like somebody calls me that I haven't heard from 20 years and they're asking me out for lunch. And so some of us would say, yeah, no, like, not today, I'm busy, I'm whatever, but that's an opportunity. That could be like a missed opportunity for you because it was so sporadic and spontaneous that sometimes you got to go with it.
Yeah, so you kind of have to put it through your heart intelligence, and is it a good thing? And,
Is it a good thing?
yeah, and then if it feels good, do it.
Yeah.
Step out of that uncomfortable zone, right?
Yeah.
To get change is uncomfortable, but change is really exciting.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing up your breadcrumb moment. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, follow your breadcrumbs, folks, and let us know where they lead.
Perfect. All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us.
If you have any questions or comments, visit us at sobrilliant.ca.
Sending you lots of love and light. Until next time.